something like that. Making sure that those of us in our communities that are struggling with mental illness, one of the most serious problems facing this city, get the quality and the dignity and the services that they need to live together with us in our community. Thank you, James Keith. James has organized with seniors to make sure that seniors have affordable housing, a decent place to live. Seniors who built this city. Seniors who've given so much over their entire lives. Seniors like Bobby Boe. Hi, Bobby. Thanks for being here. Making sure that seniors have access to health care. Because as you're aging, health care becomes increasingly important. Yes. Making sure that seniors can cross the street. I saw that video on YouTube. Thank you for helping seniors cross the street, because we know sometimes it's dangerous, especially if you're not moving as fast as those cars are moving up our tough city streets. James has been there on affordable housing, not just advocating for it, but living in it. He knows this. On his own right, James has done what he needs to do to earn our support. But as I said before, it's bigger than James. So a quick second about the progressive political movement, which I consider myself a part of. I consider you all a part of it. In the progressive political movement, there is a lot of talk of this word, empowerment. Have you heard of this word, empowerment? It's getting to the point where I'm not even sure what empowerment means anymore. I'll tell you what I thought. I'll tell you what I thought empowerment meant. I thought that empowerment meant making sure that those who live through injustice are the leaders in fighting that injustice. That's what I thought empowerment meant. And in progressive circles, there's a lot of talk about empowerment. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we are here a couple of months away, a few months away from an election for District 6 Supervisor, a district that includes the Tenderloin, 6th Street. It's the intersection of almost every major urban social issue. I mentioned mental health issues, substance abuse, crime, poverty, racism. It's like the intersection of it here, right here, Boeddeker Park at 6th and Mission. It's the intersection of those issues. And we have someone who has stepped up. He has stepped up to the plate to lead. He is from humble backgrounds in the East Bay. He has lived in affordable housing and residential hotels here in the Tenderloin. And it's not a charity case. This is someone who stepped up to lead, who has faced injustice, who has personally experienced it as a black man, as a gay man, as someone who's been poor and who knows poverty.
What's that?
But not a charity case. He has stepped up to lead.
When do we vote?
We vote the first Tuesday in November every year. That's when you go vote, the first Tuesday in November. I'll get to that. He has stepped up to lead. And he wants to partner with the community. Not just to continue the work that we have done over the last 10 years in the Daly office, but to build on it. I mean, look, I'm from the suburbs. From a middle-class background, I'm white. I don't know if you saw that.
You never guessed.
And I have talked about empowerment. But talk without action is cheap.
All right.
And it's time to walk the walk. So if we have a man from the Tenderloin, an African-American man who has led, and who has led on some of the toughest issues in San Francisco, saying, I want to build on that. Let's fight injustice. Let's build affordable housing. Let's make sure we have health care, that our seniors and our young people are taken care of. When James Keys has stepped up to the plate and has said, I am willing to lead. If you are willing to lead with me, then it is incumbent upon us to be there with him. So today, on this very spot, 10 years later, as I ask you, residents of the Tenderloin, for your support of my friend James Keys, of our leader, James Keys, I don't just endorse James Keys for supervisor like it says on the sign. This district, to me, is sacred ground. For 10 years, together with you, I have sweated and I have bled and I have cried. Blood, sweat, and tears. Our blood, sweat, and tears in this district. So for me, this is sacred ground. So today I don't just endorse James Keys, but to this campaign, I give my heart and my soul, and I ask you to join me to make our next District 6 Supervisor James Keys.